Seal that thing up. The abomination screamed as it flung itself at Remy. If life was merciful, maybe the cavern would collapse on them and trap the monster too. At least that way it wouldn't hurt anyone else. Over here. Damocles was behind them, and his voice cut through the chaos. Remy found her way to the open doorway that Echo had used to get away. She spun around and ran, and she wasn't the only one. While Hendrix was busy thrashing his way through the debris, the group squeezed out the open door. "Hold on to something," Justice squeaked, throwing open her book again. She went silent, and Remy turned away, not wanting to watch another piece of the world die. She still felt that timeless quality and knew what she would see if she didn't look away. Another eternal second passed, and there was an explosion followed by a cascade of rock and dirt. Soon enough, the cavern was sealed, and the monster's cries were a distant echo. Justice nearly dropped to the ground, but Rook scooped her up just in time. Too soon. I shouldn't have." "Yeah, no time." Rook took Justice in his arms. They didn't stick around to see if the collapsed tavern would keep the monster from following, but made the best time they could down the passage. It was cramped, but at least it was clear enough that they didn't need to fear an ambush. The tunnel sloped gently up, and they eventually found themselves at an open doorway. Sunlight streamed in from outside the tunnel as they reached the end. Nightingale was the first one out, covering her eyes with an arm, even as she let the smell of sage and open air wash over her. By the time her eyes had adjusted, the rest of her friends had made it out as well. They were standing on the mountainside, maybe 50 meters above the village. In the dawn light, she could make out the many miners heading to their day's work. Smoke from numerous little fires went up from chimneys, and the air was filled with distant, cheerful voices. "Thank you," Damocles said, his voice low. "Even if we didn't kill that monster, we've identified who is behind my mother's infection." "Don't mention it," Zeke said. "It's no big deal." "Whatever," Remy called, her voice teasing. "That monster was a big deal." "We made it, though. That's what's important." Nightingale brushed herself off and straightened. Their work for the Hyde family might be finished, but her own quest was not. Rook seemed to be thinking along the same lines, and he cleared his throat loudly. "If you're ready, Damocles, I think we should head back."